Uncovering the steam parade here at the Hellingly Vintage Show. Some amazing vehicles, they're just waiting to go into the arena now. Oh, beautiful. Miniature showman's engine, complete with generators so it can run electrical systems and lights. Wonderful, but the bigger stuff is just getting warmed up, ready to go. Here we go then, steam parade is on. Loving the headgear, chaps. Oh, look at this cheeky chappy jumping in the queue. Sentinel steam lorry. Imagine you knew a day's work if you'd done any distance in one of those. Especially as originally they had solid wheels, because they couldn't get pneumatic tyres that could handle the sheer weight. This is fantastic. Well, look at that steam car. Flying around the outside. It's the only way to travel.
The registration number, note the registration 056818. So that's unusual, isn't it? That's a Northern Irish registration. Trustees and things from the foundries, boilers, etc. to the shipyards in Northern Ireland in Belfast. It was new.
A bit more bonus, this one has come in. The belt is driving the circular saw here. got a speed regulator. It's just lubricating up the top there, so it tries harder to keep the speed up. Shows you how hard it's having to work against the saw. Bloody marvellous, and so spectacularly dangerous. Time for the commercial vehicle parade. There's a slight holder because this steam truck didn't want to go, but there we go. Here comes the steam truck. So I'm going to give you the commercial parade here on Hub Notes as well, and zoom out. There we go. There goes the Bedford. Here comes the Austin van. And here comes the Atkinson with its lovely Gardner engine. Front mounted exhaust. Lovely. 105E Anglia van. Oh, we just got the Green Goddess coming in. Big 6-cylinder petrol engine in those as well. There's a startup video on one of those where we didn't really have a clue what we were doing, but we tried anyway. So here's the Thames, here's a little Austin A35 van, very nice. And the Bedford O-Type. That's the Morris J4, this one apparently a diesel. By the sound of it. Oh, little dog in there as well, lovely. The HA Viva van, made these right up until the early 80s. And this is a Scammell Bedford apparently, I've not heard of it before, it sounds magnificent. Listen to that, boy. And this is Sora diesel, which I know nothing about, very European. I think an unusual sight here in the UK. And the Mercedes tractor unit. There's an iconic shape throughout the 70s and 80s, into the early 90s I think. Europe and Middle East. Wow. Series 2 Land Rover, might be a 2A. Lots of people in the back of it having a nice time. Here comes Lady Mary the Foden. Oh, I'm going to get clagged up here. Bedford TL, I think. With a body from Tiverton in Devon, I think. Marvellous. And they said this is a 1931 Dennis. Just to have it start there. Lovely. Oh yeah. This is mighty. Heavy haulage unit. Oh yeah. A Both of those series six-wheeler. This is the one with the strange car in the background we saw in the main video, the Mystery. Ford cargos used to be absolutely everywhere. Very rare. I'm glad some have been preserved. I would love to drive one. Check out what's in the back. Living pod, nicely done. Series 2 forward control Land Rover. The inlet over exhaust 6-cylinder. Oh look, loving the Atlas crane on the back. Another Series 3 Land Rover. And here comes the aircraft tender. A Scamel chassis apparently. What a wonderful show. So good to see history moving. Happy birthday to this AEC Matador. Or Mandator. Oh, listen to that. Doesn't that just sound absolutely lovely? And oh my gosh. Another one of these enormous Scamels coming in. With all the drive shafts on this, 6-wheel drive, massive axle articulation because the whole axle can rotate, big crane drum. Wow. Series 3 Land Rover. Another Scamel, Wilhelmina. Thank you. Lovely Unimog. The enormous Mack road train. Superliner. 702 horsepower. That is magnificent. I'll run around the front while I safely can. Brilliant. Oh, we saw this Daimler Ferret a little earlier, driving around the ring. I hadn't fully appreciated how late this one was serving. It was built in 1959. It was serving on Cyprus from 1970 to 1984. And it was then transferred to Bovington Tank Museum, but has since been freed up. But these are extraordinary things. It's a rear-mounted engine, 6-cylinder petrol, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, Rolls-Royce 6-cylinder petrol engine, 129 brake horsepower, just 3,750 RPM. But I really need to feed you in to see the extraordinary driving position. That is the steering wheel. The hub goes up, so it's very strange to drive. And like I say, a pre-selector transmission like the Lanchester, like the Daimler bus we drove recently. So you change gear by moving your foot, lever first, then the lever. So sorry, then the pedal. So extraordinary things to drive, but so much more to see. A big old Dodge over here. That's cool. Very, very American. More American over there. Look, American police cars. They just invade everywhere. An AEC with the ergomatic cab. And wow, huge heavy haulage truck. And yeah, full range of American police cars. Even fairly modern ones. So 1963, 1962 there. I like the number plates, very good. We've got more vans here, the little Ford. Again, probably badge Thames because they tended to for the commercial vehicles. And later Anglia. That's a Morris Minor. It's got the incorrect indicators, shock horror. Oh, forward control Land Rover earlier type, so Series 2A or 2B forward control. Usually with a 6-cylinder petrols in these. And a Dennis fire engine. Dennis, a major manufacturer of fire engines. What have we got over here? Austin. It's like a horse box. That's a fascinating vehicle. You do not see many of those about. We've got more Series 1 Land Rovers, so these are slightly later ones with the exposed lights, although again that's an early one. Only lasted a year or so in production with the lights behind the grille. Austin Sales and Service, beautiful. Another early one next to it as well. Passenger wiper, optional. And then Series 1 became the Series 2, and that's the basic shape that remained in production until about 2016. Wow. AEC, called Lulu apparently, and the Michelotti style Scamel with this fantastic ribbed design of cab. Also got amazing things here. Is that a Diamond T wrecker there? Transit, I've forgotten the name, I drove one. Are they flare side, did they call them? I think so. Bedford CA, Bedford O-Type with a flat grille. Mercedes-Benz Actros, making me feel quite old. Bedford TK again, and later TL Turbo. Woo! And it's got an earlier J-Type Bedford, I think, on the back. Yeah, what a lovely mix. Oh, look at this. Sora diesel. Wow, right-hand drive as well. Look at the wiper linkage on that bad boy. Beautiful. So yeah, a real mix. Ford Cargo, they used to be everywhere, Ford Cargos. My dad used to drive one next to an old Foden. Yeah, early, very early Dennis there. Gosh, what an amazing mix. What an amazing show. Just so much to see. This video is going to end up way longer. You get this AEC Mammoth Major in. Look at that. 4 sort of steering wheels at the front. Must be hard work. Bedford, is it a TK? Hiding under there. Very, very nice fire engine. Served in Crowborough, which I think is fairly locally. But yeah, that's magnificently brown. Big old ERF, the Gardner 150 engine, and another Bedford TK. I do like those. There's like a little living pod on the back of that one. Bedford O series. What's the O series got on the back of it? What have we found here? A Miss Terry. There we go. Based on a Morris 8 chassis, officially called an FCM Special, built by ex-Morris worker Frederick Charles Matthews between 1934 and 1935. Wow, it's got a fin on the back of it. That's amazing. Well, there we go. That was the steam parade. Just wonderful. So much machinery on the move, and that's what makes life all the more interesting.